During times of crisis throughout the world, people are forced to leave their homes, possessions, and all that they know in their community, sometimes never to return. This was the case in the country of Georgia in August of 2008. 150,000 people from the city of South Ossetia scattered in fear as conflict occurred over the boundaries of the city. Though the war only lasted a few days, thousands of lives were permanently affected. Georgia is a beautiful country of 5.5 million people. It lies between the Black and Caspian Seas, bordered by Turkey, Russia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, and is ringed by the Caucasus Mountains. During the refugee crisis of 2008, the Georgian government found housing wherever they could. Places like an old kindergarten building and abandoned military barracks were secured for this purpose. At this and other sites throughout the country, refugees were sent to begin new lives, most never to return to the homes they had left behind. People who used to have their own cottages and gardens now were living together with no resources or jobs. These refugees were hard-working and used to being self-sufficient. With little access to information about their homes or futures, and only their recent trauma to replay in their minds, it was apparent that severe anxiety and depression had rapidly set in. Parents worried for their children, whose educations were now interrupted. Pregnant mothers were concerned about the living conditions in which they would have to give birth, and fretted at having to put their toddlers on the cold cement floor to sleep because there were not enough cots. Others were concerned for sick elderly parents who needed medicines that were not available. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Proverbs 13:12. The Salvation Army quickly responded with beds, bedding, warm clothing, and other needed items to help the people with their difficult adjustment. Officers and soldiers volunteered not only to provide these services, but to listen, pray, and counsel the people with compassion.